What's up, everybody? Adam Jarrett here. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through how I made $1,542.02 my first day shorting penny stocks. For those who aren't aware of who I am, and that's probably 99.99% of you, unless you came from my Instagram or Facebook, I am a day trader. That's what I do for a living. It's how I pay my bills and live the lifestyle that I do. And I've been in cryptocurrency. I think I bought my first Bitcoin in 2014, but I'm a teenager, you didn't hold stuff for other reasons, and blah blah blah. That's a story for another time. 2015, I started dabbling, didn't hold much, but 2016, 2017, I started taking it very seriously. I spent thousands of hours learning this stuff all on my own. I didn't take any course, didn't pay for any of that. It was just YouTube and Google, and really just became an obsession of mine because I knew how big cryptocurrencies were going to be. And I'm glad that I spent that time. It got to the point of where, I was losing pigment in my skin color. I was losing weight. I was barely talking to anybody, barely going outside, not eating, just because I was so dedicated. I was spending like 12 to 20 hours a day learning this stuff. And I think part of me was because back when I got into Bitcoin, it was about like the revolution and anti-financial system and F the banks and the government and all that, so that my naturally rebellious nature was really attractive to me, and so I started really paying attention to it. But as we saw as time went on, it became all about the money and a lot of politics in the industry, and that's a whole another story for another time as well. So we'll avoid that right now, but sort of that's the basis of my history. I started in cryptocurrency and moved into penny stocks because I saw that a lot of people were just destroying the game, like making money, like Timothy Sykes and Stephen Ducks and some other traders, and saw people coming up left and right on it. And I'm the type of person, when I see that another man can do something, another human being can do something, it's like, why can I not do that too? I'm fully capable of doing everything that another man can do, with certain exceptions, of course. But something like this, clicks in my brain. Let's do it. Let's try it. So I funded a TradeZero account with like $4,900 or something like that. So, and funded that account. I think when I was trading, I was playing around with like, I want to say 4,800. That's how I made the $1,542.02 off of it. For those who are wondering, like, what size account were you playing with? Really not that much, because I'm not going to go into something and just slap like a lot of money in it and then pretty much gamble. That would be foolish. So when you're learning trading, what you want to do is you want to learn technique and not focus on the dollar amount that you make. Learn to master the game, and the money will come to you afterwards. And let's go ahead and get straight into it. So the stock that I was playing was YRIV, some Chinese company, Yangtze Riverport and Logistics company. Yeah, I don't know how legit they are. As the OGs in the game have said, treat all these companies like they're shit, because they're penny stock companies. Don't believe in any of these companies, and I feel the same with cryptocurrencies. Like, get your money and get out. Secure the bag. That's the number one rule: count your blessings. Number two rule: secure the fucking bag. Like, don't listen to anybody in the market try to tell you what to do. I had a guy on Twitter the same day I made this. I was like trying to gauge the market sentiment and just asking questions, and going on Stop Twitch, trying to figure everything out. And I had a guy try to convince me to not sell my my shares. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Let's see. Trend broken. Let's see what he says. Yeah, so I said, why are IB trend broken? Short order open since 150. I think the downtrend will continue, so opening another short order soon. Price at 142 at the time of writing, and some guy. It's down today, but be careful shorting this one. Reason, genuinely curious. TA looks weak as fuck, but maybe there's some fundamental I'm not aware of. I know they're fighting a lawsuit right now, but that got delayed again as far as I know. That was another key fundamental for me. If there's something, you have to objectively look at stuff. If there's something that seems even remotely bad, like somebody could take it as, yo, this is weak information, get out. Because the market, you need to decide before the market decides for you. And because it's better to miss out on a profit than to take a fat loss and be stuck bad holding. And so, just want to let you know, don't want you losing money on this on my first day, blah, 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 blah. And, that guy's probably a good guy. He made some money. He got in at 50 cents or whatever he says. He probably was just looking out for me. But thankfully, I didn't listen to that guy, and I knew it was time to open a short order. How did I know that? Let's go ahead and go into this. So I started paying attention to YRIB. I think it popped up on a scanner. I was using stocks to trade. It was like a high daily percentage change, like the daily mover, right in here somewhere. So I started paying attention to it. I put it over here on my watch list, and one of the main reasons was I started watching it because I was going to go long on it because I was like, okay, maybe this lawsuit will be good news and it'll pump back up, because if you see right here, it dropped from $12. The reason it did that was because some research firm did research into YRIB company, and they had said that the company's registered business address was out of some apartment in New York or something like that, and they didn't have any of the assets that they claim, and pretty much it was a fraudulent shell company, and blah, 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 blah. So boom, that tanked this stock all the way down. Somewhere in here, the company, YRIB, launches a defamation lawsuit against the research firm, and they've been going on that battle here, and court date got delayed, and court date got delayed again, and so it's just a whole bunch of news and not a lot of positives for this stock. And the reason that I was thinking about going long was, one, because, okay, what they do get the reverse on that lawsuit, and they do prove that they have these assets, and that could be good news. Plus, not really much heavy resistance right here. I mean, you have a little bit like right in here, right where it's at. You have some right here, here, and but it's nothing too heavy because it just tanked from here. And plus volume, look at this a little bit of volume right here, the sell off, and then a lot of volume right here. So it was looking like it could be good, but the reason it didn't, that's why I took notice of it. The reason it didn't take off was because there was no news catalyst to push it through where it had bounced off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So what I did is I came in here, turned on the 4-hour chart, which, by the way, when you're trying to identify a trend, I would suggest using, not financial advice, of course, none of this is financial advice, I would suggest using something that is 4 hours and above. The reason I do that is because, you can use smaller time frames, 30 minutes, that's for like scalping or intraday trading, 15, whatever. But don't use 1 minute. That's not a trend. You have a trend is something that over time it moves in a certain direction. And so what I did is I came to the 4-hour, and to draw a trend line, what you do is you connect dots. So something that hits twice, some people consider it a trend, depending on different factors. But 3, 4 times, especially good. But the more that a trend line does get tested, the weaker it becomes. So the more support gets hit, the weaker it does become, and the more that resistance gets hit. Sorry, dry mouth. The more that resistance gets hit, the weaker it becomes as well. And so what I did is I connected these two lines right here. So the bottom of this wick and the bottom of this wick. And I knew that I did the same for thing up here. Support is below, resistance is above, and pretty much as the name implies, support keeps it up, resistance keeps the price down. And I connected dot here. This is pretty much a connection. It just didn't hit because probably a couple orders in there, a couple cents. Here, and I think this was right in this area is where it was when I drew these trend lines. So what I told myself is, because of what I know, when this price gets broken, when about 153 gets broken, as I think is what I had in my notes, is shorted. That's when you want to get out, because when a trend gets broken, it generally follows direction that it broke to. And why? It's not like some, mystical, magical, whatever market, hand of God thing moving it. It's literally that there's a bunch of me's, a bunch of you sitting behind the computer and drawing these lines on here, and when it does get broken because there's not enough buy orders keeping it in or keeping it sells, keeping it down or whatever, what it means is that everybody's looking at their computer and they're like, oh shit, it got broken, I gotta get out. So then it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So as soon as I saw that happen, I opened my my short order, which I will pull up right here. Let's see, yeah, pull this up right here. So I opened my short order right here. The first one was, I opened them at 148, and yeah, so this is where I had to go to the TradeZero account, which, by the way, if you're looking to short, stay away from Thinkorswim, go to TradeZero. They have free commissions, and they also it's like $59 for the pro software, but that's nothing. And they also offer a lot of shorting opportunities. So if you try to short on Thinkorswim, you're most likely not going to find it, especially with these smaller market cap stocks. So open that TradeZero account. Great, I love it. I think I'm going to stick with shorting mostly from now on. So yeah, here you can see that I opened my shorts around 148. I did some more at 140, 139, all the way down. And then I exited my shares right here at $2,700. That's $30. Sorry, confusing. I'm still brand new to the software. Like I said, this is my second day out here, so I still have to learn this stuff. And so yeah, that's where I opened my short at, because I saw that this trend was broken. And how did I know where to sell it? I let's see. Let's open a bigger chart. It's not the good one. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. So I knew where to sell it. I sold it down here at 91 cents right here. This is where I exited my shares, and I did it at that price because of support. So you can draw support in right here, because since this spike started, it was right here in this range, and I knew that right here is a support level, also down in here. So right in here is where you would want to, once this trend is broken, or even right here, but I saw it tanked right through that, so I was like, okay, well, let's see how low it goes. And so by that time I was like, you know, it's time to get out. It was after hours as well. You can see right here that it actually did not tank much. The price stayed pretty moderate all through yesterday. You see where the trend is broken and just continues down. And finally, about an hour and a half in the after hours, boom, that thing just tanked. And I was sitting here at my computer, you know, watching cryptocurrency markets, doing some research and whatnot, and I saw that this thing was had fallen so fast, and I was like, yes, what I've been waiting for all day, perfect. So what I did is I came over to my TradeZero account, and I went to short or cover my short that I had open, and I had no idea what I was doing. So like literally when I wanted to place a short yesterday, I had to call my broker in the morning. I was like, yo, like, what do I do? Can you walk me through this? He's like, yeah, do this, do that, and this. And so I got the short open, and then it's time to cover the short, and I'm just sitting here trying, nothing's working. I'm getting all these error codes and nothing's going through, and I'm like, fuck, what's going on? Like my account was up like $2,100 and something dollars, and so I was like, yo, this is nice, I need to exit this. So I go to cover, and it's like the type was on market, which, by the way, note this, if you ever plan on shorting, you cannot market sell after hours. It has to be a limit sell. And to cover, you have to, covering is buying back for the exchange, so you have to buy back into the sell order. And so that was all confusing to me. I literally didn't know what I was doing. Like, I'm calling my broker. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I don't know what to do right now. And by the time I got off the phone with him, that $2,100 profit was back up to like $1,542.02. And so he had walked me through it, and I just sold right there because I was like, yo, it's time to get out. And I don't know what I'm doing so much. And so you do more research on this exchange, but that's pretty much the process. Definitely be educated before you go in and do this, but I was pretty confident in my technical analysis and what I'm doing, just because of all the time I spent in cryptocurrencies and pennies do behave very similar to each other. I think pennies are easier, honestly, and so I would suggest if you do want to trade or invest, not invest, trade actively, start learning pennies. Open a paper trading account if you want to, but if you have the money, go ahead and put some money in it, because nothing's gonna really make you learn like trading with your actual money, because that's something that you're gonna be tied to and something that you don't want to lose, so you're gonna take it more seriously. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the recap of how I made $1,542.02 my first day trading penny stocks. Like I said, I put about 4,900 into this account, bought 3,100 shares at about 148 on average, and shorted all the way down when this trend was broken. And some of you may ask, okay, well, the trend was broken, but like, why didn't you sell here? Why didn't you do this or that? Confidence. So after you learn this, trading is not so, it's really not that hard. It's more a game of self-mastery and knowing what you're doing. So once you get it down, you gotta have confidence. Like this, you know, this could have bounced through here, but it was like, I saw the volume wasn't as high and everything was weak, and I was like, you know, the lawsuit got delayed again. And so after I've seen, I'm like, all the stuff I've seen, I'm like, yo, I'm confident in this. And so it's like gambling, essentially. Like, you're putting your bet on the table. I'm betting that this is going to go down. I'm shorting it. But the difference in gambling, once you put your money on the table, those chips have to stay on the table. You can't take them back. With this, as soon as things make you uncomfortable or uneasy or start to go against the way that you predicted, boom, you take your money right back out. You may take a little bit of loss or just break even or whatever, but that's better than taking a really fat loss. So that's what I love about penny stocks, is you are in control and the bag is always in your hand, so you have control over what you can do with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. In the next video, I'm actually gonna go into how on my second day I made $30 trading penny stocks, and I actually could have made more, but I did know what I was doing. So when I shorted this stock, I shorted it like right here at like 48, because I knew this one was coming down too, and it'd been running up for a while, and it threw this big red candlestick right before the market opened, so I knew it was about to tank, especially when it broke this level right here. I bought the short, and I went to buy more shorts on it, and my dumbass hadn't had my coffee, had been up for like 20 minutes, woke up, I pressed cover, and it was like I was in the trade for like 2 minutes, and I made 30 bucks. And so yeah, that's my fault, but you live and you learn. There's always more opportunity. Life's about lessons, and you always keep moving forward, you know. So it's really excited for the future, really excited to take part in these markets, and to see what the future holds, and to have some of you come along on this journey with me, you know. You may not know my story, but I come from 6 people in a 2-bedroom trailer out the middle of the woods, the backwoods in North Carolina. Like, to make a cell phone call, you literally had to go out to the end of the driveway and hold your phone up in the air, and then redial because it's roaming, and then, you know, pretty much say a prayer that it goes through, that you need to make your call, and you could contact. You're not yelling at the phone, hey, who's that? You know, it's it was out there, you know. We out here. It was you know, that growing up like that made my character, you know, straight from poverty, and a whole bunch of story that'll come at another time. But you know, if I can do this stuff, you can do this too. So first day, $1,542.02 profit. I can't be mad at that. And yeah, remember to subscribe. I think that's what YouTubers say. Always subscribe. I don't even know where the button is yet. Really just getting started at this stuff. But yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram at Adam Jarrett, ADAMJARRETT, then an _. Follow me there. I'll be giving out some more updates, some more videos, the basics of TA. Make sure you subscribe. All that jazz. You can get my investing course for free.